everyone, welcome back to my True Crime Tarot night. Wednesday nights are my True Crime Tarot nights. This week I'm going to do about Diana, Princess Diana. I was actually going after my last readings over the weekends, because I only record on weekends because I work during the week. I did pay respects, on her 27th anniversary. And I came across a conspiracy which was through a reputable agency, a channel, and it got my spidey senses going. I knew there was always something, and we'll probably never know. So this is what my reading's going to be about tonight, actually. So we have the investigation deck, and I have got a ton of questions stemming from a video that I saw whilst just remembering Diana on the 27th anniversary of her passing. So basically, it was speed related, allegedly, entertainment purposes only, and no seatbelt. So all that aside, okay, we have an accident that, well, obviously it's an accident, so, I wouldn't expect anything different there, because we saw the wreckage at around about 12:23. The first people on that were there, I've got to be very careful because I don't want to trigger anyone, because it's still very, very sad, was a firefighter and an off-duty medical person, possibly a doctor or whatever. They were first at the scene, and of course she did survive the crash, okay, like badly injured but survived. She was treated on site for an hour. Had a lot to do, allegedly, with blood pressure. Look, I'm not, a medical profession, but an hour on site. Despite the fact the ambulance arrived 15 minutes, which is, pretty good, really, 15 minutes. She wasn't put in the ambulance until around about 1:20. So that's an hour, but it took another 20 minutes to leave. This is where my spidey senses started to kick in. I understand maybe, you've got to treat because of movement or whatever. I get that, but to be in the ambulance for 20 minutes again, I don't know. I do believe that they drove extremely, extremely slow. And they stopped for 40 minutes on the side of the road, all saying about the blood pressure. I do believe that there was one cardiac arrest, either on the scene or in the ambulance or something. What confused me is that it took an hour and almost 2 hours to arrive, almost 2 hours to arrive in. If you did the direction, it was probably about a 30-40 minute drive. And even if it was cars or whatever, we're talking early hours of the morning. They didn't go to the first hospital. They didn't go to the closest hospital. There were many hospitals there in the vicinities, all around. There was many hospitals, some now that weren't there before, but they didn't go to the closest hospital. They went to the most prestigious hospital, which technically was probably furthest away. But again, why an hour and a half later and an hour on site and 20 minutes in the ambulance? This is where I'm going. She also managed to survive in hospital for another 2 hours as well. So, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. All right, let's just see where we're going. Okay, I am safe now. Well, that's really sad. Yes, I know. She's very, very talkative, actually. I'm not calling her in because she doesn't know anyway. This is, when she was unconscious, basically, or drifting in and out. Behind closed doors, organised meeting, cover up, or tamping, and check the timing. Exactly. This is where I'm going with this. The timing, it's despite the fact of what had happened. Obviously, well, it's an accident, sure. What was being caused, I don't know. Let's just say maybe the cards might say something. But the timing and some sort of tampering and cover up. I mean, even with this here, you can see you've got the light in the tunnel. Was this the paparazzi flash that we saw, everyone? Was it? And if it was, it'd be maybe that white Fiat that the reporter later on down the track set fire to himself, allegedly entertainment purposes only. Wrong direction. They went the wrong way. It's exactly right. Behind closed doors, they went the wrong way for some unknown reason. They according to what they were saying on this documentary that I saw that was dedicated to her 27th passing, they shouldn't have really taken the tunnel, if you know what I mean. It's wow. Mental struggle or illness, stranger unknown to me. And that's on the cover up. Diana knows absolutely nothing about that. She is safe, definitely. I know that. So that's good to know for everyone that worries about her. She didn't know. Well, of course, she didn't know anything about this. I'm just going to keep going with this mental struggle or illness. Justice. We've got a major arcana coming through now. Some sort of law, legal trial, and family. There we go, family connection. But what family? Missing, searching, not involved, unaware. Okay, that's twice we've got not involved or unaware, not, a stranger to someone. I don't think, and this is good because I know that everyone from Prince Philip to MI6 has been blamed. The cards are saying that it's not the person known to Diana, like no association, no Secret Service or anything like that. The cards are actually indicating that that's not the case. But the fact that you've got a family connection here, I do believe that it's related to the driver somewhere. I don't believe that he certainly didn't look drunk at the time. Okay, he was bending down, tying his shoes, and in constant contact with the paparazzi. There's many legal trials about it, many legal paperwork and courts and hearings and investigations. I'm missing and searching. Still people are still doing this, like what we're doing now. We're still looking into it because we don't believe even though it was taken into the hands, I do believe, of the British side of things. Let's just keep going. Expose secrets. Media or social media. We've got another major arcana card coming through, the Empress, the mother figure, the empathy, hostage or trade, and something was saying, I don't believe that she was a hostage for 1 minute, but I do believe that she did want to leave earlier, but it was prolonged for some unknown reason. She wanted to get back to the boys, the two princes at the time, and she was diverted to Paris. We're not too sure why where she was diverted to Paris. I believe it has something to do with Dodie's family here. Now it's coming through. It's all media social media, some sort of exposed secrets coming through about the mother. I don't believe this to be the queen. This is a mother. This is a mother card. Okay, this is not our late queen. This is the mother card, and this is where I'm going. Where I don't believe she was a hostage, but I do believe possibly the trade. And I'm not talking about, the horrible things that happen. I'm talking about there was some sort of trade-off with the driver, with Andre Paul, whatever his name is, with the paparazzi. Because there was constant contact. You could see him on CCTV. He was constantly in contact with the paps, constantly. So I do believe, and back then on social media, not so much social media. It wasn't social media back then, but it was just starting to kick in, social media. But definitely the media, definitely, it was full on. And to get some sort of unauthorized photo of Diana, it just would have made, they would have been rich, millions and millions of dollars for some unauthorized photo. Millions of dollars, the paps could sell to the media for, of Diana. That's how out of control it was. And I strongly believe, because Andre Paul was actually working for the Ritz, right? Allegedly entertainment purposes only. Is that the driver? Anyway, let's say the driver. Okay, because it was I don't know why he was doing that speed. I don't know. That's all past my technical knowledge. I do believe that it was clipped, because there's no reason for it to spin out of control and on the other side of the road if it wasn't clipped. And there was evidence of a white Fiat or some sort of white small car, like I said previously. I think she was being traded off for paps. For paps, literally. Something was saying, two crimes connected, DNA evidence, freedom, drain or waterway, and another major arcana coming through, which is payback. When I get this, when we're talking medical, I always get drips. Okay. I don't think there's any sort of evidence or anything anywhere else. When they're talking about DNA evidence, there may be something like some proof out there. Possibly that car that clipped it, the white car that clipped the car that the Mercedes that she was traveling in. Two crimes connected, I would say, is the crime would be the paparazzi. I really do think that is the case. Something was seen. I think that I do believe that there are photos out there that the princes may have seen that we would never see. There was a lot of photos taken because the vultures, they were all in the buses. The paparazzi were all taking photos before the ambulance came. I think there's a lot of photos out there. I think this something was seen as a perpetrator of the accident. The cards are agreeing. We check the timing. Definitely. There's some sort of payback. I don't know. I don't get that. Maybe the driver, with the driver being constantly in contact with the paps, right, throughout the night, even though he had a couple of hours off, he came back, or that would have been his dinner break. If he was rostered on or he got called back, it was his dinner break technically for a couple of hours. And especially if he's expected to work in the early hours of the morning, that would be what happens. Some people don't understand shift work, but that you definitely get a good couple of hours break. You have a dinner, catch up or whatever, and then you go into the next shift. I don't think there's anything sus about that at all. And he definitely, if he was supposed to be as drunk as what they were saying, there's no way he'd be able to walk in and out and squat down and tie his shoes and whatever without falling over. Absolutely. So, there's something amiss there. I think the DNA evidence could be to do with the driver, and this is where I'm going with that one. It was some sort of freedom. Some sort of payback. It's not good. It's not good, but someone wanted to make a change. Okay, with the Wheel of Fortune coming in as a major arcana, someone wanted to make a change. I do believe that Dodie's side of things was heavily involved here. The cards are verified that it's nothing to do with the MI6 or the British royal family, which is interesting because I'm sorry to say, as soon as I heard, I thought, oh no, what? What, the British royal family? Because that's all you can relate to until you realise, who she was with, kind of thing. And I'm not saying anything. This is all allegedly speculation, entertainment purposes only, but she was being looked after, Dodie's side, on the security, and things were definitely changed, and she wasn't supposed to have been in Paris for as long as what she was. So yeah, there was definitely some sort of tampering, some sort of cover up. Check the timing. They are confirming my issues about why it took, from the time of the accident in the tunnel to get to the hospital, why it took so long, and why one of the furthest hospitals. So I'll do it one more time to see if I can shine any more light on it. Oh dear. Don't like that one. Domestic violence or death ending, yeah. Digital footprint. I had to get away. And marks left behind. Yeah, there's some sort of evidence left behind. I think you'll find that is to do with the car that clipped them, the white car. And as I said, you've got ending here, another major arcana card that's, if you include the person that allegedly struck them, who was a paparazzi, who was a media person, if you include him, that was four lost in that accident. Because apparently his car caught on fire with him inside it, right? There's some sort of violence here. The digital footprint. This stuff here we won't find, but someone had to get away. Someone had to get away. I don't believe that Diana was threatened at all. I did see that she was very, very close with Dodie. They were holding hands and whatever, that was shown on the footage. She could have been playing the game. The fact that she had to get away is my feeling that she didn't want to be where she was at the time. All she wanted to do was go back and meet up with her boys. There is some sort of digital thing here. If they go back, which is way too late now, 27 years ago, but if they go back on that conversation, she did have a conversation with the boys in the hotel. If they go back, you'll probably get some sort of confirmation there that, she didn't want to be where she was. She wanted to go home, but things have been diverted. Things were changed. Security was changed. We're not going through the front door. We're going through the back. The driver you could see constantly in contact with not only the pups outside, but all of a sudden there's paps, around the back as well. There's, There's some sort of tampering and cover up from the work guy. So sadly, I think we knew that was the story. Check the timing is correct. And it's all behind closed doors. They did go the wrong direction to where Dodie's apartment was. It came out very, very early. Very, very early. She didn't know. She wasn't, the people involved in this, she didn't know them. She didn't know the security. It was nothing to, what she was used to. So it, again, contrary to popular belief, it wasn't the royal family. And I really do think that with this DNA evidence, I really do think that there was something with the driver involved here. Left Mark's left behind, yeah. It's pretty messy. It's going to be like this every time we look into these kind of things. It's extremely sad, but yeah, straight off the bat, she's safe now. Okay, so please, everyone, don't worry too much, and hopefully she'll be able to rest in peace as soon as darling boy finally lets go of the strings. So yeah. All right. Okay. Wow. Because this is all conspiracy, right? Let me know what you guys think happened. Because obviously there's always going to be some sort of problem and we're never going to find out. So yeah, please like, share and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday night on another true crime tarot case. Bye for now.